If you choose to show income, it will result in a large amount of tax paid. What's up, guys? It's Ronnie back again with another episode of Tax VAR, where we react to social media tax content and we give it a rating. We give it a yellow card, we give it a red card, or we can agree with the unfit decision when the crash out is valid. Let's hop into it.
Like I pay 57% taxes in Quebec, right? 57%. At that point, brother, when I pay the taxes, brother, you know what I want to do? I want to call the office, call the whatever, IRS, whatever, it'll give it. Say, hey man, can I talk to your superior? And say, yo, today I don't want to stream. Can you stream for me? Because clearly they deserve more than half. So they're doing more than I am. So today, how about you pull up and you stream for me? How about you pull up and do something for me, the fuck? Holy fucking shit, man. What a joke, man. What a fucking...
The crash out is crazy. A reasonable crash out, though.
The fucking joke, man. They can't fix the roads. I pull the car out. It's a war zone, brother. There's craters on the street. Oh, dude, we do the infrastructure. Like, holy.
If anyone's ever driven in the streets of Quebec, Montreal, or any, you know what he's talking about. First of all, it's like Canada's Wonderland in a car. It's just bumpy. You're going boom, boom, boom. Like, it's for paying 57% taxes. I don't know, but this is a real thing. I want to use this video to talk about something pretty important, where the reality is that when you earn a certain amount of money, if you choose to take out your income, right? If you choose to show income, it will result in a large amount of tax paid, right? So people are probably going to say, oh, XQC doesn't have great accountants. Like, why is he paying 57? No, it's like, if he chooses to spend on himself, like if he wants to get a nice car, if he wants to get to invest in certain things, he's going to have to show income and take money out of his corporations to do so. That is why he's incurring these high tax amounts. 57%, I would have to fact check that, but Quebec, between the federal taxes at the highest bracket and the provincial taxes, Revenu Quebec taxes so it doesn't seem too far-fetched that he would be taxed this amount. And the reality is, the way to not be in this situation is to not show income legally. And the way that you do this is preserving the majority of the income, the money that you do not need for personal expenses, within tax sheltered and tax deferred accounts. We're talking about corporations. We're talking about, he's Canadian, so RRSPs, TFSAs, even though those have limits, at some point you're not going to be able to park your money there. So we have to look into other avenues like corporate owned life insurance policies and stuff like that. But the goal to avoid paying large amount of tax, like 57%, is to reduce your taxable income. Yeah, you've made $1 million. Yeah, you've made 10 million. Could be in XQC's case as one of the wealthiest streamers. But how much are you showing on your personal tax return as opposed to corporate tax returns, right? How much are you showing? How much of it is flowing into your T1 or your T4 as opposed to your T2, right? So that's the name of the game. As a content creator, rule of thumb is you want to get to a number where you're saying, okay, this is how much I'm comfortable paying in terms of taxes based on the personal expenses I want for myself. It could be $70,000 of income. It could be $1 million of income, right? Like, it's up to you and your CPA and your tax strategist to figure that out. Who knows? The 57% tax paid was to show a certain amount of income to acquire a certain property that XQC wanted. So there's a lot of context and nuance that we need to put when, we're discussing these high tax brackets and these high tax rates. The VAR verdict on this one is, we're going to agree with the reasonable crash out, because I would also crash out if I were. But the underlying message here is, you are in control as a content creator of how much tax you pay, but it depends on your priorities. If your goal is strictly to minimize the amount of taxes you pay, then you will have to work with your CPA to focus on reducing and lowering your taxable income at the personal level, because the majority of this 57% that he states that he pays comes from his personal income taxation and not his corporate income taxation. If you guys want to see more videos like this where we react to social media tax content, drop a comment down below. Let me know. Tag me in videos you want me to react to. It has been a pleasure. Until next time.